Gee girls, I came from the 1920s to the 2020s and I went to a shop because I needed a pair of stockings. And I got one, really cheap. But what do you think? They were horrible, unbearable to wear. My legs, excuse the details, was sweating profusely. What kind of materials do they use in this day and age? How can they wear such stockings? So shall we make our own? Hi friends, my name is Mary, and yes, while I do lament about the quality and materials of today's hosiery, this is not the only reason why I decided to make my own stockings. You see, I got interested in costuming, and that is the main reason why I'm making those. But since I do not have any knitting machines, and I don't need myself, I just decided to make the stockings out of fabric, knitted fabric. So let's get to the process.
Alright, with my zero editing skills, let's cut right to the chase. In order to make the stockings, one is in need of a pattern. Mine was designed using basic leg measurements, and I will tell you how to get those using your fabric in just a second. Speaking of fabric, I'm using this lightweight 100% linen knit with natural stretch. So I took the fabric and put a pin into it and laid the goods onto my leg, pinning through both layers of the fabric so it is snug around the leg. After that, holding the point where layers meet, I took the pin out of the back one. That left me with 2 points between which I measured. I wrote the result down. Mine was 19 centimeters and obtained the rest of the measurements in the same fashion. Now it's time to pin, outline, and cut out the shape. I'm using quite a narrow seam allowance, about 1/4 of an inch or 6 millimeters, to ensure the thinnest seam. For bringing the two layers together, a simple buttonhole stitch is used. Throwing a loop onto the needle, this not only produces a seam, but closes the raw edges of the fabric, which will prove crucial in the end. As you can see, the raw edges are closed, and this is how it looks from the right side.
Well, friends, that is it. As you can see, the result is not satisfactory because the seam is bubbling. It was obviously caused by hand stitching, just the nature of it being uneven. And what I can tell you is that my machine just didn't want to work with the knitted fabric of this sort, so I just had to reject the idea at once and move on to hand stitching. But considering one needs more than one pair of stockings, this one might have just been the first try out of I don't know how many. So thank you all for joining me on this adventure, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye.